Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of LEG TV. I am your COVID-free host, John David Brink. It wasn't me that got sick, by the way. It was my wife, and I either never got it, and it's not that transmissible, or I did, and nothing happened. So, good old immune system with just zinc and vitamin D, like super easy, right? Vitamin C. Anyways, let's we got a lot to talk about. We got a very special guest on for today, but let's check out the scoreboard from Week 3 because there were a lot of surprises there. One of them being my big win against Sons of Shane Falco. Not really, but it did come down to the Sunday night game and 174 over to 164, a 10-point win. Party like a Gronk star. Clock Gobblers just barely narrowing a victory over Dave Plow, dropping him to 0-3, 157 to 145. Here's a huge win. Dak Street Boys got a big win over Jason Servos, dropping him to 0-3, thanks in part to Najee Harris and Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford putting up another monster game for there. This was a big upset, mainly because Christian McCaffrey did go down and was out. Allen Nesson, the highest point scorer of the week, 212 to 131, an 80-point beatdown. You're going to get those when you get 20 points out of Myles Garrett on your defense, and Mike Williams with 35 points there on the Chargers. Abalash gets the win, 175 over 150. That was also a Devontae Adams game, finally breaking out and having a 30-plus game for him. And then Modelo Virus going up to 3-0, beating 2020, projected to lose that game, overcomes the odds thanks to Tom Brady with another stellar performance and a nice pickup there, putting Alexander Madison in running back in relief of Dalvin Cook. And of course, 18 points from a linebacker is always nice. So Jabel gets a win, and he is 3-0. So Jabel is undefeated. We got a few 0-3 teams who need a win desperately. It's week 4, and they still are not in the win column. And we're going to talk to one of those losers on this week's Owners Week. Live from the Plow Palace, it is our owner spotlight on Dave Plow. Dave Plow, thanks for joining us.
Hey, JD, it is really just something to be here on the show with you today. I appreciate the invite. Thanks for having me.
Hey, well, Plow, let's just cut right to it. Your team is 0-3. What happened?
Yeah, so what went wrong with my team? Well, players have been performing, and my draft sucked. When those two things come together, they just make kind of a shit sandwich. Now, I've got a bit of an Achilles heel with drafting. Not good. So when you take someone who's not good at that, and then their offensive draft is also questionable at best, then what you get is a vortex. That's not to say I should be over. I should not be over. I'll score a couple of teams. And really, let's face it, week 1, I should have won. I lost because Aaron Rodgers point total. So week 1, should have beaten. Week 2, I got my ass kicked. Everybody underperformed. The entire team, I say everybody except Aaron Rodgers. Diggs, I guess, is just fine. Bobby Woods had his best game of the season, which but my running back, Nixon and Gordon, who that was calculated risk I was taking. It's just not paying off like I hoped it would by my running back strength. And also by taking Kyle Pitts, who, knowing that he was in Atlanta this year, anyway, week 2, but lost it. Fine. So I should be 1-1 at that. And then here in week 3, watch out. I really probably shouldn't have watched it, but Bobby Woods and Stafford have the same, which it's weird to say anyone had some sort of chemistry with Jared Goff. And again, the Kyle Pitts shit show. Mix all that in with my underperforming defense because I suck at drafting defenses. I do improve it throughout the season, so I would expect it's going to be better. However, right now I'm just in a really bad place, simply because I can't draft. Now, before we wrap things up, JD, I want to let you know you're a great host and this show's incredible. I am too busy to continue to stand here and do this whole thing where I listen to you. So I am going to shut off my cam and get some work done. I work a couple different jobs. So just let me know when you need me and check in with me. For the time being, though, I'm just going to go ahead, shut things off, eat this Werther's Original. They're delicious. So, yeah, I'm just going to do this. Go ahead and, do your little thing and then just let me know when you need me. All right, buddy? All right, thanks. Seriously, real honor to be here.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Yes, there's a cheap plug for Werther's Original. So, as the season's kind of progressing here, big surprises here. We have 3-0 Jabel Soul and 0-3 Jason Servos. What's the bigger surprise? Jabel sitting atop undefeated, or Servos yet to get a win?
What was that? I'm just, trying to relax, get the creative juices flowing a little bit. So, bigger surprise, Jabel being 3-0 or Servos 0-3. If you'd asked me draft day, I would have said Jabel. Absolutely. Now, this is before we did those little standing things, because once I saw his, I knew this man had a real shot at winning. 0-3 Servos, if you look at his photo, you just know karma's coming to kick him in the ass. So I'm not too awful surprised, but let's get real about it and kind of break it down a little bit. Jabel beat me. He's had kind of an easy schedule, and he's also got some really good hot start players, so guys that I didn't expect to be good all season, but that have been really hot to start things. Guys like Thielen and Gronk. I wasn't expecting much out of Gronk at all. He seems to be used to, oh, hey, Bo. He seems to be used to Miami now, playing in Florida, so maybe he's going to last, maybe he's not. We don't know. All right, bud. Throw that ball. All right. As for Adam Thielen, he's also kind of an older guy, and I did not expect him to be as kind of crazy good as he has been. So, and his defense is okay. So, mix that in with the fact that he's got Dalvin Cook and Tom Brady's been hot. He's had a really good start. I don't know if it's sustainable all year, but is it surprising that he's 3-0? Not completely. Once again, especially if you just see his mean mug. Servos, on the other hand, he's only put up 437 points, which is in fact less than even I have put up. His team, sure, he's got Herbert, who's been incredible since he came in as a rookie last year. And he's got Tyreek Hill, who's a big play potential. The thing about Tyreek Hill is he's boom and bust. You get it both with him. So those aren't guys that you can build your whole team around. When you go on and you draft other guys like JJSS, Juju Smith-Schuster, Miles Sanders, and that shitty defense. That's a defense that even mine laughs at. Well, you can't be too surprised when he starts the season 0-3. I don't know. I guess the most surprising would still be Jabel, but, they kind of are what they are. Also, Jabel's barbecue is delicious, so I'm glad. Good job, buddy.
It is very delicious. Who do you think in that group of 0-3 teams, including yourself, Nick Shook, and Jason Servos, is bound for Hoffa?
What's something my pool game and this show have in common? Shitty breaks. So, all right, who is the 0-3 team most likely to make the playoffs? Clearly, it's me. It's my team. We're the most likely to make the playoffs. We've seen my floor, everything coming up. We got ceiling coming up, right? My defense is getting better. Scores are improving. My offense, Aaron Rodgers put up negative points week 1, all right? It's not getting worse than that. Be sure to loop this back in 3, 4, 5 weeks. So my team most likely to make the playoffs of the 0-3 teams. Most likely to get the Hoffa would be the Sons of Shane Falco. This team is the dredges. It's the worst. They've got no shot. They've scored the fewest points. A.J. Brown, their number 1 wide receiver, is due for a big letdown year. I know this because I drafted him elsewhere. He's hurt, so he might not play this week. He didn't fucking do anything last week. And his depth is a real issue. I should also mention, I've talked about depth. I've talked about, blowers. What about a guy like Marquis Brown? Looks like he's on the way up, right? I've drafted that guy every year he's been in the league, and he's nothing but a letdown after week 3. That's just the way it is historically. Maybe I'm wrong. Hope I'm wrong. I have a lot of money hoping I'm wrong. But in this league, for these purposes, I think that's going to be one of his best players, and the guy is dog shit. So, Sons of Shane Falco, I think you've had the Hoffa before. Just enjoy placing that ugly mug right above your mantle again.
I agree. I guess Plow's just going to keep jumping around. I wonder where he'll end up next as we review the rundown here for week 4. Let's start out with a very enticing matchup. Jason Servos, probably in a must-win situation against myself. I am projected to win, had a huge output from James Robinson starting out. And I think Jason's going to take this one. What do you think, Plow?
What? You versus Servos? Man, I don't know. Servos team sucks.
Okay.
That's all I got for you.
Now let's go up to your matchup. You're taking on the defending champ, Austin Stoll. Austin also projected to win, and I don't disagree with Yahoo. I am taking the champ this week. How do you feel about your chances against Mr. Austin Stoll?
Hey guys, I'm in a meeting right now, but if I had to pick between me and the Dak Street Boys, I'm picking me. 1, I believe in myself. But 2, and probably most important, I've got a good lineup this week. My guys are playing against the right people. I think this is the week that we finally see what Kyle Pitts is made of. And Aaron Rodgers playing against Pittsburgh, will give me that matchup all week long. Also, Diggs versus Houston, I'll take it. I don't really like using Ruggs in this lineup, but I don't have much of a choice. However, Stafford and Kupp versus Arizona, this could be the week we see a little bit of a come down. I don't know that it is, but I think it is. So Austin, I just want you to know I'm coming for you, buddy. I'm getting you. You're going down, bro.
Yeah, I thank you for taking that during the intermission there. This is probably one of the closest matchups of the week. John Dahlgren taking on undefeated Jabel Soul and the Modelo virus, and Dahlgren's projected to win. But I think Jabel's going to take this one. Let's cut to Dave Plow, see where he's at.
Well, I think what you have to do here, as you look at the clock gobblers and you look at Modelo virus, is just remember how the season is actually playing out, not how it was supposed to play out. Because if you look at how it's supposed to play out, you've got Russell Wilson, you've got Calvin Ridley, you got Shaquan Barkley, you got Chris Godwin, you got TJ Hawkinson. That's a hell of a lineup preseason. However, we're in the season. This is week 3. We kind of know what these guys are doing. And other than Hawkinson, those guys aren't doing a ton. So I'm going with Modelo virus because Thielen's hot, Gronk's hot. These are things I spoke about earlier. And I think that's really where we need to be and who we should be picking right now is you go with a team that's hot. They're on fire. The team's not as good as Jabel's barbecue, but it's close. So, yeah.
We do love that barbecue for sure. All right, now here's another tight matchup. Not really. Nick Shook taking on Alan Nesson. Nick Shook also needs a win, and I just don't think he's going to get it this week. I'm taking Shook to lose to Mr. Alan Nesson. Who are you taking, Plow?
Oh, yeah, I don't even think this is a matchup. Nesson wins easy. Kirk Cousins being hot, throwing to Thielen, who we talked about earlier, versus the Sons of Shane Falco, the team I fully expect to win the Hoffa. I mean, really, what are we even doing this for? How long did you spend talking about this? I hope it wasn't more than what'd I give it, 20 seconds?
Yeah.
I could have done this one while I was in the shower, too.
I get it.
What?
Yes.
Just why? Do people spend more time than this doing these breakdowns? Nesson, you win, bro. Sorry. Hey, BFFs?
There we go. All right, how about this matchup? Also, McCready taking on Mick Barton, formerly in first place, taking a crushing loss. Lost by 80 points last week. I think the champ. I think Mick bounces back this week. Who are you taking, Plow?
Looks good, don't it? That's my rub for my pork chops that I'm working on. Told you guys I was a busy guy. So, up next, we're talking about the Snatch Pounders and BDM Energy, right? That's what you said. So,
I really like the Snatch Pounders in theory. I like Mahomes. I like Ezekiel Elliott. I like Kittle. Okay, so I like those couple pieces. But man, Mick has been on a roll in our other leagues. And as such, I really don't want to go against him at 2-1 in this league. So Kyler Murray, good. Deebo Samuel, good. I really don't like the rest of his team, but I don't think it matters what I like at this point. The man is on, so I'm going to pick him. Right now, Yahoo has him as an underdog, but he's also... Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Either way, I'm going with Mick. Snatch Pounders, greedy, going down. I'm going to go back to this thing.
All right, well, there's another pick for Mick. I think he bounced it back as well. What about this matchup? Also very closely projected. It's Joe in 2020 taking Bobby's Ertz in fire. Very close projected score, Mr. Brown.
What's that? Hold on, let me turn down the music. So, look at Ertz winning fire versus 2020. A lot of times what I like to do is take top 3 versus top 3. Let me take a look at my notes here. So Ertz says Dak, Lamb, Joe, right? As such, that's a lot on a Dallas offense that's facing what I think might be an okay Carolina defense. I'm not sure that works out in his favor. But then I look over at Avi's team, and his best players are. Let me look at my notes again. Adams, great. Moore, Gage, and Ticker. That is number 3 guy, or is it Bobby Wagner? Either way, like I don't like depending on single defensive players or your kickers as your money people. So I'm looking at this as 2 bad teams. And I'm calling Avi's bad. I know he's a top scorer, but I'm looking at this as 2 teams that I can't trust. Maybe I should say 2 teams I can't trust against each other. If I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and take the one that's been the top scorer thus point in the season. I'm picking Abalash, okay? So I'm going to turn the radio back up now. Is that our last picks? Maybe. All right, just you know what? Just get back.
That's our last picks. Yes, I'm going to take Abby this week. I think Abby wins and barely eclipses Joe this week. But Mr. Plow, thank you so much. Now where are you? Where are you coming from now? Are you in the car wash?
Hey man, thank you again for having me on. It's been a real pleasure to come on here and totally pay attention to everything you've had to say and just really like hunker down on what's important about this league. And just, bud, it's been a long time since we talked, so I'm happy to hear from you. And yeah, everybody else in the league, it's been great. Good times. I'm glad to pay attention, just really focus in on what it is that makes all of our teams great. So it's been good seeing you guys. Thanks for having me on. It's really just, it's been a pleasure. Great. So thank you. Yeah,
thanks for coming up and cutting you off. Thank you for your genuine compliments there. Well, there you have it. There's the rundown for week 4. Good to be back. Good to not have COVID in the house. So good luck to all of you this week. Tune in next time. We'll see you then.
Jesus Christ, I hope that thing's over. If that fucker ever asks me to do this again, I am not doing it.